Hi, I'm Craig Canaperi, and I'm going to show you how to use the Qualtrics survey tool we have available to us here at Yale to help you get great feedback from your talks, both to help you make future talks better and to build up your teaching portfolio when you go for promotion. So to go to you can either just put in Yale and Qualtrics in the search engine or just go to yalesurvey.qualtrics.com. And you're going to log in here through your net ID. Now, because of two-factor authentication, you just have to do this thing right here, however you have that set up. And we're in. Don't be intimidated by the dashboard here because it's actually pretty easy to use. Now you see I already have a folder called Feedback from Talks. Probably a good idea to do that if you're going to use this for any other reason. You're going to click Create Project, and I'm just going to name my talk. Why the lung is better than the heart, which is the name of my talk. So I'm going to create the project, and I like to keep just very short, simple questionnaires. Perhaps Dr. Colson in the educational section can tell us what the best questions are, but this is just some suggestions. Notice it starts with a multiple choice question. So, how useful did you find this talk? Just exit out and look how it actually is smart enough to put in what's essentially a Likert scale of different options for how useful people found the talk. Now, I actually find the most valuable feedback comes from free text. So create another question and just go here. I like a text entry. What was the most useful part of the talk? Create, and then I want to do one other one just to get information for future directions. What topics would you like to hear about in the future? Just click out of there and we are done with the very simple survey. And again, I think for a talk, if you want people to fill this out, it's got to be short. Now, the next question is, how do you get this out to people who are in your talk? I really encourage you to ask people to fill this out while you are there. Finish a little bit early. Nobody's sad about this, and ask them to do it. There's a couple of different ways to put this out to them. The way to do this is to go to distribution. Now, you could send an email to the course organizer and just have them forward that to everyone. You could put a link up on the screen. If you have a web page, you could put a link on your website. If you're using Twitter and you feel like you're in a setting where a lot of other people are going to be on Twitter or Facebook, you could post it to social media. Here's what I think is the best thing to do, because typically we're not posting at a tech conference where everybody's going to be on Twitter. We're posting where people have a mixture of technology use patterns. So just go to mobile. And I actually like using a QR code, and I'll show you why in a second. What a QR code is essentially it's like a fancy barcode that enables you to, if someone scans it with a smartphone, it'll link them directly to your survey. So just download the QR code. I'm going to save it here and then just go to wherever you find your downloads. So there's mine right there. Now you can see, if you've ever been to a talk that I've given, I always like to give people a single handout, one page, not a copy of my slides, with the articles that I think are the most useful for them. If you want to get really fancy, you could use and you use like Dropbox or Box, you could create a shared folder and have them just give them a link to download the things that you want them to have afterwards. Don't do this beforehand because they're going to be looking at these downloads instead of listening to you talk. So this is just a Word document. All you need to do is grab this file that you've downloaded, put it right in here. If you want to add instructions, you can just add right next to it. Please download the free app QR Reader, which is one of the most commonly used ones, to your phone and scan this code to go to a brief survey If you fill this out, this will help me get better. Everybody gets that. I usually come to a talk with however many of these handouts I need. I give them out, actually pass them out at the end of the talk, and ask people to just take about, this survey really should take only 2 or 3 minutes for them to fill out. And then if you look back in here on other projects I have, you can see I actually got feedback from a talk here with multiple responses, which was really useful for me. So if you have any questions, you can just email me at Yale. You can just email me at craig.canaperi@yale.edu. Thanks for your attention.